It was a sunny Tuesday, November 23, 1996. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 961, a Boeing 767, was soaring high above the African continent. The flight originated in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and was destined for Abidjan, Ivory Coast, with several stops planned along the way. On board were 175 souls, 163 passengers from various nations, and 12 dedicated crew members. Little did they know that their journey would take a terrifying turn, etching their story in the annals of aviation history. The first leg of the journey from Addis Ababa to Nairobi, Kenya, was uneventful. However, this normalcy was tragically short-lived. As Flight 961 left Nairobi for its next stop, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, a sinister plan was about to unfold. 3 young Ethiopian men seeking political asylum in Australia brandished weapons and stormed the cockpit, changing the course of the flight and the fate of everyone on board. The hijackers demanded to be flown to Australia, but the plane did not have enough fuel, leading to a desperate and tragic situation. The hijackers, fueled by desperation, burst into the cockpit with a terrifying fury. They demanded that the pilots change course immediately. Their destination, Australia, a country over 7,000 miles away, a completely unrealistic demand given the fuel reserves of the aircraft. Captain Loyal Abate, a veteran pilot with over 9,000 hours of flight time, and his co-pilot, Jonas Makuria, were now trapped in a nightmare. The hijackers, waving their makeshift weapons, threatened the lives of everyone on board. Captain Abate tried to reason with the hijackers, explaining the impossibility of reaching Australia with the fuel on board. His words, however, fell on deaf ears. The fate of Flight 961 and the lives of all those on board rested precariously on a knife's edge. The hijackers also demanded a large sum of money and asylum upon landing, adding to the already impossible situation. Despite the overwhelming pressure, Captain Abate and his co-pilot continued to communicate, trying to find a way to save everyone on board. Captain Abate, a beacon of calm amidst the chaos, continued to reason with the hijackers. He chose a different tactic, a desperate gamble to buy time and seek a solution. He agreed to head towards Australia, hoping to land at a closer airport along the way to refuel. Unbeknownst to the hijackers, Captain Abate began subtly flying the aircraft along the coast of Africa. He was buying time, waiting for an opportunity, a chance to regain control. As the hours turned into an eternity and fuel dwindled, the atmosphere on board grew tenser. The hijackers, sensing the captain's strategy, grew increasingly agitated. Passengers whispered among themselves, and the crew discussed their options, trying to stay calm. The hijackers argued among themselves, and the pilot tried to negotiate, hoping for a peaceful resolution. With every passing moment, the tension grew, and the struggle for control and survival continued. Off the coast of Comoros, in the azure waters of the Indian Ocean, Flight 961's fuel finally ran out. The engine sputtered and died, plunging the aircraft into a terrifying silence. The plane began to descend, gliding on borrowed time. Captain Abate announced to the passengers, "We are out of fuel, we have to ditch." He aimed for a shallow stretch of water near the Comoros Islands, hoping for a miracle. But it was not to be. The Boeing 767, its wings ripped apart by the force of the impact, slammed into the water. The crash was violent, chaotic, and terrifying. Some managed to escape the sinking wreckage, clinging to debris. Rescue efforts were swift, with boats and emergency teams rushing to the scene. The crash claimed the lives of 125 passengers and crew members, a tragic testament to the hijackers' senseless act. In the aftermath of the tragedy, as rescue workers combed through the wreckage and the world mourned the victims, the incident sent shockwaves through the global aviation community. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 961 became a stark reminder of the vulnerability of commercial aviation to acts of terrorism. The crash also highlighted the need for increased security measures, both on the ground and in the air. Of the 3 hijackers, only one survived the crash. He was apprehended and subsequently faced justice for his role in the tragedy. He was sentenced to 19 years in prison by a Comorian court. Though decades have passed, the memory of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 961 continues to serve as a solemn reminder of the human cost of terrorism and the importance of vigilance. It also serves as a testament to the bravery of Captain Loyal Abate and his crew, who, facing unimaginable terror, fought valiantly to save the lives entrusted to them. The tragedy of Flight 961 also led to significant changes in aviation security protocols. We remember the victims, honor the heroes, and learn from the past, striving to create a safer, more secure future for all. The investigation into the hijacking revealed critical vulnerabilities, prompting a global overhaul of aviation security protocols. These changes included reinforced cockpit doors, advanced passenger screening, and comprehensive crew training to handle hijacking scenarios. The legacy of Flight 961 is a testament to the ongoing efforts to ensure the safety and security of air travel worldwide. GAP2S, Ethiopian Airlines, founded in 1945, is one of Africa's largest and most reputable carriers. Over the decades, it has grown to become a symbol of pride for Ethiopia and a beacon of African aviation excellence. However, like many airlines, it has faced threats that have haunted the skies. The history of hijackings in aviation dates back to the 1930s, but it wasn't until the 1960s and 1970s that they became frequent. High-profile incidents such as the hijacking of TWA Flight 847 and the Entebbe raid underscored the need for robust security measures. Ethiopian Airlines Flight 961 was a tragic reminder of these threats. In response, the International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO) and various national aviation authorities implemented sweeping changes. These included reinforced cockpit doors, advanced passenger screening technologies, and rigorous crew training programs. Today, Ethiopian Airlines continues to operate with a steadfast commitment to safety and security. Through continuous improvement and vigilance, we strive to ensure that the skies remain safe for all who travel. GAP3S, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on aviation history and safety. As we delve into the story of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 961, it's essential to hear from those directly affected. Their voices bring the reality of the event into sharper focus. Cut to a faceless interview silhouette with subtitles. It was a day that started like any other. None of us could have imagined what was about to unfold. I remember the terror, the chaos, and the overwhelming sense of helplessness. Surviving that ordeal changed my life forever. For the families of the victims, the pain of loss never fully heals. Cut to another faceless interview silhouette with subtitles. My brother was on that flight. He was coming home after a long trip. When we heard the news, it was like our world shattered. We lost not just a family member but a part of our hearts. Aviation experts reflect on the impact of the hijacking and the changes in the industry. Cut to a faceless interview silhouette with subtitles. The hijacking of Flight 961 was a wake-up call. It highlighted the need for robust security measures. The changes that followed have undoubtedly saved countless lives. These personal stories and expert insights remind us of the human cost of terrorism and the pursuit of a safer world. Cut to another faceless interview silhouette with subtitles. We must never forget what happened. It's about honoring the lives lost and ensuring such an event never happens again. As we conclude our journey through the history and impact of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 961, let us carry forward the lessons learned and strive for a safer future. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on aviation history and safety.